This ungrateful pussy hole where you see us so we know if you got a party every night. We go buy NEC. That I only thing you know if you mind him pitney them. None at all. If you fat me know say graduation I come up in a start out nothing. I don't even think him paying that a school fee yet. I yet you talk. From when? From when? If you buy pitney them so close. I know you can't buy no clothes. Me a whole heap of proof.
Alright.
Whole heap of proof.
Make sure you approve.
Whole heap of proof. Your daughter catch infection and not even doctor you no care him go. But tell us if you got a party every night. Go drink NEC. Every night. You go do NEC. Your daughter catch infection where your mother got a party every night just like you. Anything you want to say. When your mama run well left him, and me did I keep him till tired end up keep him. See there? Anything you want to say. And me buy them and me tear them down.
But the building's still there.
Them in half of me building too.
Welcome to Jamaica Dancehall Source, news and entertainment with a buzz. The video that you just saw at the start of this is what we call toxicity to the maximum extent. These are two persons that obviously cannot get along, lack communication skills, and if things continue on this trajectory, these people are going to end up hurting each other very badly or even worse, taking away each other. Now we see this man, based on what this lady is saying, him like for party, him like the limelight, him like the spotlight, him like the hype, him like the NSC, him like for pop him collar in the dancehall on a daily basis. However, when it comes to what is his real priorities, it seems as if he cannot get a handle on that. Well, people, the lady was talking and he was not saying anything, none at all. He was pretty much just mum, and I tell her, I say, yeah, scandal, my daughter, yeah, do this, yeah, do that. Now, the thing that I saw very, very wrong on top of the dispute between these two persons that obviously lack communication skills is the fact that this lady vandalized the man's house, tear down everything it looked like, say, some sorts of hurricane passed through. Lady and ladies that have aspirations of trying this, be very careful to whom you try this with, because like them say, Dopey knows exactly who to frighten. Had this been probably the average man in a Jamaica, this lady would have been flat out. And people, I am not saying that it is justified. I am just telling you for that action, that is probably the reaction that you would have gotten. It is obvious that these two persons are not compatible, but at the end of the day, if you pick up ish, you're going to end up with ish. If you pick up a cruff, you're going to end up with a cruff. She probably met him under the same circumstances in the club, a pop champagne. She thought that it was cute, and I say probably being the operative word because I don't know. So me just say, wherever you pick up, if you entangle with dirty bungle, if you mingle with dog, you're only going to catch flea. And it seems as if these two people are pretty much filthy. So anyways, there's a second video in which this man seems to think that he was doing damage control. So because of shame and disgrace, he posted the next video with him flashing a whole bunch of cash. Well, not really a whole bunch of cash, but that is exactly what he thought. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
They can't size up with me. That's how little girl won't talk about flat. Drop that pussy one and full of bumbuckler food. They have a bumbuckler, they have $1 million. They have bumbuckler for $1 million. They have blood clot $1 million. One to sound like a pussy old boy and girl. They have money. They have blood clot money, batty money all around them. And so they go suck pussy girl that talk about man now, man. Who no pussy who have money? Who have blood clot money like me? Who have blood clot money? I pay 5,000 million blood clot. And I want to know. Hot oil. I want to know pussy who have blood clot money on the size up with me and say how me do. You know what me do? I lock down this bumbo clot. Some girl not a bumbo clot. They not a head. They make pussy one girl out the road, see them and come tell them, say, oh, they for rob man and man, this and that. Brother,
Now, people, like I've always said, there's always 2 to 3 sides to every story. You heard the lady ranting, and probably justifiably so. If this man is not taking care of his responsibility, especially when that child is a stepchild. So the truth and the fact is that if what she's saying is true and he's out popping champagne, popping his collar, bathing dog in a champagne and not taking care of his responsibility, it makes him less of a man. It makes him a croff. But the question again I'll have to ask, was he a croff when you met him? How is it that you expected him to change? You should have seen the signs way, way before this. However, whenever things start to get sour, that is when you start to speak, when SHIT hits the fan. So this man is making us know, giving his side of the story, even though it was not a proper representation. It just makes him look more of a buffoon than he is. And like the saying goes, it is not what you make, it is what you save. You can buy a school, but you cannot buy class, you cannot buy ambition. You cannot buy dignity, pride, and being a man, being responsible as a father, as a man on a whole. And I think that this man needs a lesson. And that lady, they need to separate ASAP, point blank and period. Now, the next thing that is popping in the news is based off 2 videos that have been making their rounds on social media. With some students, women student, female student wearing maroon and white, maroon skirt and white blouse. They were going off, big fight in the classroom. And the teacher, a little Pakistani looking man, don't know if he's one of those overseas teacher that came on some sort of teacher learning experience. But whatever he learned as a teacher, I am thinking that he's going to say, boy, me shouldn't stick to cricket or making roti. So I say this to say that these students, meaning about 4 or 5, was ATTACKING, at least one. And they were throwing everything, school bag, TV, decks, chair, belt, garbage pan, the garbage duster, the broom, the mop, everything she was getting laced. While the teacher tried to stop it to no sorts of avail, it was kind of hopeless. She probably missed a couple, maybe about 10% of the 100 clothings that she was getting. However, she was badly damaged and it was relentless. Like I said, one video was 1 minute and 29 seconds. The next one was 59 seconds. So that would make it 2 minutes and 28 seconds or so, if my math serves me properly. Now, people, when we see videos like this, it tells us that something is wrong with this new generation. Nobody can talk to them, them not take no talk. Dysfunctional home, mother and father, hopeless. Then them come at school, them want to turn upon the teacher, them want to turn upon the dean of discipline, them want to turn upon the principal, and even worse. They are at the mercy, or other students are at their mercy. And it is hopeless. They do not care. They are not taking any sorts of talk. It is not like you and I back in the days when we had to something and we say the teacher, it does not matter. It would never get out of hand in front of any sorts of elder, in front of any sorts of teacher. But we see that things have gotten dramatically or drastically for the worse. And this is yet the next perfect example. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based off a picture that has been making its round on social media, and it's a blast. We could call this one chilling at breezes. We have to ask ourselves, how did that vehicle end up on top of that sign that says beaches? It is mathematically impossible. However, this is Jamaica. Anything is possible. Anything can happen. This vehicle defied the odds of gravity. But then, people, I saw a video that accompanied it. And this is exactly what the video looks like. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece. So, people, like you saw in the picture and like you see or saw in the video, A picture is worth 1,000 words, I guess. This video collaborates the fact that how this man reached on top of that breezes sign chilling out. When it comes to Jamaica, we should tell ourselves always expect the unexpected. Anything is impossible or anything is possible, even the impossible. Point blank and period.
Pass over. I am glad for the Savior who came and that famous night.
So the next thing that is popping in the news based off the pictures and the video that you see, this was the final send-off of reggae artist legend Cocoa Tea that was held in Jamaica. A lot of persons of significance was there, artists such as the likes of Shabba Ranks, Josie Wales, Wayne Wonder, Nesbeth, Charlie Chaplin, Little John, etc., etc., etc. However, one artist that was noticeably missing is Coffee, which claimed that Cocoa Tea gave her start in the business. Don't know, maybe she was booked up, maybe she had other things to take care of. She was out of town, out of state. Don't know the specific. What I do know is based on the pictures that I saw, is that the funeral procession was led by a sports vehicle. And the thing that was carrying the actual casket was a little rundown, rickety-tickety vehicle. Now, people, like me say, at the end of the day, this man, born as a sufferer, elevated himself as a global reggae star. However, he died like a peasant. Now, people, don't know if you remember, I was the first blogger that broke the news that he was actually gone because somebody close to the family told me that he was in the hospital and he was pretty much on his last breath. When I posted that video, a lot of people say, oh, you say lie, only a day or two later, he actually kicked the bucket because it was only inevitable. Now, people, based on the information that I am getting that adds to the tragedy of this whole situation, is the fact that the casket that was here in Jamaica, there was no body in the casket. And even though the pallbearers were carrying the casket was closed because there was no body literally in the casket. Based on the information, it is said that the family, either they could not afford to send the body or they cremated. Well, actually, they did cremated the body. So therefore, there was no body to send. Now, people, when we talk about tragedy, when we talk about a man that has made his name, made Jamaica famous through reggae music, where are the Babsy Grange? Where are the Ministry of Entertainment, such and such? Based on the information that I got, none of these persons were present. And maybe they paid their respect other places. And maybe there is a bigger plan. I doubt it very much. So I say this to say that at the end of the day, this is a very tragic situation. And it makes other artists know the significance that they have, how much they are really respected and loved by the country and friends. When you see a global person gets this kind of disrespectful send-off, rest in not much peace. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is the high drama and controversy as it pertains to TikToker Naya that lost his life, and even worse, his final send-off, his burial. There was a whole bunch of controversy in which persons were saying that an individual family member that was there that was allegedly part of the conspiracy that took away Naya, his name was Bobo. There was a group of hitmen there that was there to take him out. And the only reason why they did not take him out is because they did not want to disrespect the DEAD. However, all the while there was nothing but disrespect all over the place, like me say, high drama. One of those persons that was a part of the drama that added to the controversy and disrespect was Pops YG. He claimed that he had a verbal altercation with Naya's father, and it kind of escalated where guns were drawn. only to hear that no swords of gun was not drawn. Yes, there might have been drama. Yes, there might have been buffoonery. However, what they claim is the furthest from the truth. So people was on TikTok and live and they were giving details, play by play of exactly what transpired when guns were drawn to take away Bobo, when Pops YG and him friend them wheel and pop off on Naya's father. However, people, it seems as if the fact is furthest from what they claim. I want you to take a look to what Naya's father had to say when he did an interview with one Kevin from TikTok. Polar opposite to what persons were claiming.
Blessings, where go on?
Why go and dandada?
There, man.
Top of the morning, top of the morning.
Make you people them know who they are, cause this is your father, right?
Yeah, man.
All right. Let me ask you a quick question. You're on mute. Unmute yourself. But I ask you a quick question. Did you come in any interaction with the youth when you popped YG yesterday?
Never, me never see that man in life.
Did you
never.
ask Pops YG if he was the youth that said that your figure from page? Did you say that to Pops YG?
No. Never
Did Pops YG papa for your friend and papa for you yesterday?
Never, not like that.
People, you are hearing from Naya father. Pops YG is a dad. Pops YG is a dad.
Yeah, man, for real, for real.
Pops YG is a liar. This is Naya father.
For real.
It's Naya father, yeah. So, Pops YG up. Wanna go check the internet. If you see a lie, me I tell Pops YG. Pops YG up on the internet has said, this a man has stop him at the funeral. And why would he stop him at the funeral before he go bury his son? And it sounds so political correct of why would you stop somebody in your son's funeral when you feel weep and mourn?
You don't know him from a can of pain. Never.
But me, all right, there's a next thing more I have to ask. Bobo, me hear say Papa and Bobo, the man them tell Bobo said them go f him at the funeral yesterday.
Not like that, brother. So Bobo them a rule. Nobody can't even go close Bobo them.
So, when you hear the lies where I go on the internet, we are trying to clear the ear. We not love to hear. Bobo, can I come up here, Bobo, here?
Now, people, based on what we saw before and based on what Naya father is saying, there was nothing like that. He have not met Pops YG in all of his life. Nobody confronted him. There was no conflict. There was no verbal or physical altercation. There was no gun that was drawn. People, when it comes to these TikToker, when it comes to social media, believe half of what you see, half of what you hear. When it comes to TikTokers, believe none at all what them say. They are all about the hype, them like the spotlight. They will do just about anything. They're always riding the wave. They always want to be relevant. They always want spotlight. So therefore, they do not care about the person that lost their life. It is all about them. Sad to say, and this is yet an perfect example. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.